Book 11 of the Silent One, Wanderer of the Realms. Introduction, Redlek and DeMortial, Part 2. Kelder lifted the glowing red scepter and used his Shamandala mind powers to conjure the image of a great red dragon. In a cosmic blast of red energy, Kelder was transformed into the image and transported to the Red Realm, to Fire Lake. There he stood, a vast red glowing worm with a long snout full of sharp pointed teeth and thin blazing red eyes. The red dragon's skin glowed like the embers of a fire as each scale burned with the Red Realm fire. He flexed his thin filmy wings and began beating them, stirring up clouds of red dust. Lizard creatures emerged from the rocks and dust to worship this new, magnificent beast. DeMortial, the deep, dark, booming voice of the red dragon chanted, "Come forth from the fire. Open up the portal to the long-vanished past, and give me the dreadful armies of the forgotten years of mechanized war, thousands and thousands of years ago. DeMortial, you who made the desolation of Elornan 250 rounds ago, bring your unquenchable fire and let us cross the border into the green manifest living world again and burn it all away. I, Redlek the Merciless, master of the ancient scepter of Janus, lord of the Parandarm wasteland of demon fire, I command you." Out of the towering flames of Fire Lake came the demon, all skeletal white bones without flesh, for his ancient body of a lizard king had been burned away. Its bony skull-faced head smiled wide, and its red eyes blazed like unquenchable embers. Redlek Kelder lifted the scepter of Janus high again and sent the bright yellow beams of its awesome power to begin the slow and gradual process of opening a portal to the living world of Celestion. It would take all of Redlek's strength and DeMortial's fire to open this forbidden door, and he must do it before the wizards or the bards of Coralia could find out and stop him. DeMortial's horrible voice began to chant in a whisper that was like roaring flame. "Ancient, evil armies of the past, come forth! Forgotten specters of murder, come from the endless battlefields of the mountains of war. Come out of your dream worlds of fire and murder and rape, and walk under the green world's yellow sun again." DeMortial turned to the yellow flames of Fire Lake and spoke names long forgotten, summoning the most evil souls ever to live to come forth. "Titus Flavius, divine son of Rome, bring your demon dwarves to fight and kill once more. Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Grant, Lee, Hitler, Mao, Stalin, Eisenhower, Westmoreland, Schwarzkopf, Abrams, Green, Consing, come forth! Come forth! Armies began marching out of the 3 purple mountain peaks of endless war toward Fire Lake. These brutal and deadly souls, rows and rows of marching demons, armed with fiery broadswords of flame, came marching slowly out of the red gloom. They brought with them the war machines and the demons that wielded them, that would be purified by the flames of Fire Lake and allowed to march out of the red realm and into the green manifest realm of the living world of Celestion. Redlek need only use the power of the scepter to cross through the portal once it was strong enough. DeMortial, with his unquenching flame, would have to keep strengthening the portal to allow the armies to march through. As soon as the portal was strong enough, Redlek flew through it into the green manifest world. Redlek, the horrible, merciless red dragon, flew down out of the blue sky above the vast waters of the Elysian Sea. The island of whence appeared through the clouds below, and Redlek flew directly to it out of a steep dive. The red energy of the demon lands rained down on the island as Redlek flew over it. A thick red mist appeared and slowly surrounded the city, and the red dragon came down on the palace of the Wizard Council. With the power of the scepter, Redlek blasted the Wizard's Council's palace with the red fire that did not physically damage the palace, but sent the wizards into the red realm. Before they could react, their beautiful palace was, at least to their perception, now on the red realm, a crumbling ancient ruin, perched on the edge of the ledges that rose up from the red desert wasteland far below. The wizards stumbled out of the smoking ruin, looking as if it had sat there forever after having been destroyed by red dragon fire. The great and powerful masters of the Imperial Corellic Wizards Council stood dazed and empty of their power and their memory. Redlek laughed as the youngest Imperial royal brother, Shashon, leader of the Wizards Council, stood dazed on the red sand, looking up blankly at the red dragon above him. All trace of his Shamandala powers and his royal dignity were gone in that blank look. Under the spell of this region of the Red Realm, the lonely town of Pecos, memories of life were washed away. The wizards and Shashon wandered off toward the town, only to become lost in new lives, working in the pig farms and bars and restaurants and stores and factories of this haunted town that sucked the life out of those who came there, toiling in endless and thankless drudgery until all trace of their former human selves is extinguished and they are robbed of all humanity and left as half-human lizard creatures living off the living flame of other lost souls. Redlek flew back to the Red Dragon Caves on the shadow peaks of the Red Realm. The immense glowing red worm gorged up a blast of Red Dragon Gorge, a molten vomit that blasted the red dust and rocks. Deep in the earth were 2 Red Realm diamonds, sparkling in the deep crack Redlek had made with his molten fire breath. These 2 diamonds glowed with Red Realm energy, and a deadly radiation leaked from them. Kelder then returned to the living world again, and to his sleeping human body that waited for his soul in the invisible red tower high above whence by the power of the scepter. He took the 2 red sparks still glowing in his hand and quickly used the scepter to send them where he needed them to go. Now that his spell was activated and the wizards and Shashon had been dealt with, he need only commit one more deadly act to see the rest of the court of Wencia II terminated. A mere simple poisoning or 2, and then only the bards of Corellia would stand in his way, and he knew he could deal with them. He had his ace in the hole, waiting for the call to act, and even the new Master Bard had no idea Kelder Tyron was about to strike. His old acquaintance, Magalir Pren, faithful apprentice to Tenor Songweaver, would be taken out of his way and left in the deep dark pit of the Nightshade realm to trouble him no more.